Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is United with KP, and today we are looking into the world of transfer news. So we have just realized that Manchester United have signed Tynan Thompson from Tottenham Hotspurs, and he is a new winger coming into the club, and that will be something we'll be discussing about. Crysencio Summerville. There's news about Crysencio Summerville and Al-Hilal. It looks like he is making the move from West Ham to Al-Hilal. That is something we'll talk about. And also, we'll be talking about Alex Scott and what it's looking for Manchester United in the future. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the channel. And today, let's have this discussion. So first on the list, let's talk about Thompson, who just signed from Tottenham Hotspurs. According to reports, he is going to be integrated into the team just as the same way Aiden Heaven was integrated into the team after his switch from Arsenal to Manchester United. So he will be having cameo appearances in the season in terms of the league. Also, in terms of cup games, I don't know about Champions League, but we'll see where that also heads to. But that is the news in. He is coming in on an 8 million deal, 4 million upfront and 4 million add-ons. So that looks like somebody we are going to get and groom for the future. And it's just going to be an amazing thing for Manchester United. United have decided to go this route when it comes to talent acquisition. We've seen that with Lenny Yoro, with Aiden Heaven, and also with Thompson right now. So that is kind of something that United is trying to implement into the team by having these young gems come in and integrate with the senior players. So that is actually a good news for the club and something that I feel is going to be great for the young man coming in. I really haven't seen much about him in the under-21s where he plays for Tottenham last season, but I know United are not wrong when it comes to talent acquisition at a younger age. We've seen players we've acquired, players with high ceilings. We've known of Garnacho being acquired from Atletico Madrid back in, I think, 21-22 season, and how he came into the fold at the senior team and did what he did until he was sold to Chelsea Football Club. It's also the same with Aiden Heaven when we were able to acquire him from Arsenal and be able to give him cup games, come in, display, and we've seen the greater potential he has to become a top centre back in the future. Aiden Heaven has a higher ceiling, so I'm expecting kind of same treatment for Thompson as he integrates with the senior players and also with the team. And I know Michael Carrick will be doing something exceptional with these young gems that he has. And it looks like the preseason will also be having these young gems play more with the senior players so that in terms of the season ongoing, we will be able to have these players come in when injuries or anything happen, and it's not gonna be no communication and chemistry levels being low. So that is something that might happen as we go forward with this club. So yes, Thompson comes in and it's a great signing. He is a left winger, so definitely that is it. But my question will be, is it because that United are struggling to find somebody to buy Marcus Rashford and have Thompson come in as a cover-up for Cunha as the season progresses? I don't know. Maybe eventually we might sign a winger or we might not sign a winger. So it's kind of a dicey situation with the club right now. So we'll see where that heads up. That is the news on Thompson. He comes in, great signing, great opportunity for the young lad. Now to the bigger picture, that the bombshell that has just been dropped by the man himself, the legend himself, David Ornstein, about Al-Hilal acquiring Crysencio Summerville for £70 million. In euros, is 80 million euros. Is this not crazy? To me, it's just the most craziest transfer market. I know United was in for a left winger at this point, and he was one of the people on the list. We saw his display in the World Cup, how crucial he was for the Netherlands and his important goals he did. We also saw how he was very brilliant in the past season for West Ham. We saw his technique, we saw his pace, we saw his dribbling abilities, we saw his decision making, and it looked like he was a good fit for United if Marcus Rashford is able to let go on. But now we know that he might be reintegrated into the team, so that leaves Summerville hanging. and we would have to deal with it, how he would go. But hey, we knew that AS Roma was in for him. They were trying everything. They had a third bid go in today or yesterday with 45 million euros to acquire Summerville from West Ham. But that bid got rejected by West Ham because they felt that they could milk more money from that deal. And eventually, it has happened. And Summerville looks to be heading into Al-Hilal. And that is just the crazy part of it. Like, for that amount of money, I feel the market at this point is just mad. It's just bonkers. Players of quality going for that price is just insane, because I don't think Somerville has any experience in Champions League football or anything, and to be bought for 70 million pounds is just crazy. And I wouldn't blame West Ham demanding that money. It's because of things that we've seen happen this season when it comes to player transfer. Anderson, we've seen with a 117 price tag. We've seen with Tonali to Tottenham with 100 million. And we've seen Fernandes with the 85 million. So it's just crazy how much people are spending or teams are spending on these players. And it just makes me wonder, this is not the quality for that money. Maybe, yeah, to me, I feel these players are being overpriced. Somerville is looking at heading into Al-Hilal with 70 million price tag. Honestly, if I think about this, 70 million price tag, I'm thinking of somebody like Bakola, Desiree Doué, Kvaratskhelia. Just look at that. Kvaratskhelia wasn't even bought for that much of a price. So if we are putting Kvaratskhelia and what he has done for Napoli and currently for PSG, you are telling me that Somerville is the same price as Kvaratskhelia? Nah. We just tweaking. We just playing at this point. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but also West Ham needs money for their time in the championship. So that is where that whole thing is coming. So it looks like they've made 100 and what? Let's say 165, 155 million from selling two players, Fernandes and Somerville, this season. So definitely their cost for next season is probably covered. So that is it for West Ham and Somerville going into Al-Hilal, which to me is just crazy. That money makes no sense to me for Somerville. If we are going to be spending that type of money, I think that money should be getting you players like Rodrigo, Kvaratskhelia. Like, it looks like this summer, everything that has to involve Manchester United and player acquisition is just all over the place. We are barely getting anyone on our target. So it makes it hard. But do you think we would ever sign another midfielder? It looks like yes. According to reports also coming in, Alex Scott, which is a main target for Manchester United for the midfield role as the third midfielder coming in. It looks like he might be coming in at a hefty price. I know that Bournemouth is looking at what? 75, but United wants to pay somewhere between 55 to 60 million pounds, which is still overrated for me. It's too much money. Yes, I know people will be on here saying that, oh, it's because of the market, players. If you want to buy the best, you have to pay for the best. Hey, 3 years ago, Alan Scott would have been paid 35 million or probably 30 million to acquire. So I don't know where we've headed into as a whole generation of football lovers and also transfers that we are spending that much money. It's the circumstances we find ourselves in, and that makes it so blatant of a lie to deceive ourselves that these players are worth that price. So Alex Scott and Bournemouth is looking at 60 million. We'll have to wait and see if Manchester United will fall for it and purchase him as their defensive midfielder for the season. I don't know. I'm just torn between the names that we've been given out to replace Casemiro or to do something. Because for me, my biggest one was to get Tchouaméni, but it looks like Tchouaméni is going to stay at Real Madrid. So therefore, it ruins us from getting it. We were in for Elliot Anderson, also ruins it out because he's signing for Manchester City. Now, the other people on the list, Boadi, Manu Kone. Manu Kone should be the one we should be fighting for with the 45 million euros. We should be quick in that, which is probably equivalent to like 39 million pounds. That is something that United should be looking into acquiring, because we know, we've seen him in the France national team. His strength is something that we will need, because if you look at it, he's done much, and he was missed a lot in the semi-final game for France when he was replaced by Tchouaméni, and Tchouaméni actually played ass on that field. So I know we are in for those type of players, but Manu Kone should be the one we should be chasing for. I know United are now leaning on getting people who have Premier League experiences and all that. But with what we have on our hands, Manu Kone would be exceptional for us. Maybe Alo Scott might also be the person. So we'll see where it goes if we are able to acquire both for that price. It's just the prices that is not for me at this point. The prices are just insane, and it's just not making sense. Like, you want the best, definitely you should pay for the best, but these prices are just overrated. If we also want another person who can do a job, why are we not going for Zaire Emery? That's an honest question. Why are we not going for Zaire Emery? Because Zaire Emery possesses all these attributes that we might need in the midfield, but also it will be all down to United saying they want Premier League experience, because we know Premier League is fast-paced and physical. Would he be able to survive? Maybe, but we've just known that the presence of people like Tchouaméni and Manu Kone would be very exceptional for us. So that is where United is leading towards in this transfer window. And as I said earlier on, congratulations to those guys for making the decision to join the club. Andre Santos, Tielemans, and Thompson right now. But the main focus should be us getting the third midfielder and probably sign a left centre back, because I really have doubts about Lisandro Martinez for this season. He played all his heart out for Argentina and got injured. So I don't know. I think we cannot be relying on him for this season. He is an exceptional ball playing centre back, but when it comes to any other thing, he is just not. When it comes to fitness, let me just say that way. When it comes to fitness, he struggles, and it's something that is going against us. He's growing. I think he's 27, 28 right now. So we definitely will need somebody as a backup on the left side. I was expecting a lot of outgoing, Luke Shaw, but it looks like he's staying, so we might get Lewis Hall. But that is what is happening in football. Like, I don't know, sometimes when you think about things, Manchester United is just frustrating sometimes when we are not able to let go that attachment we have for long seven players. But hey, you need those players also for the dressing room, so whatever. But we need to start building up for the next 2 seasons, where Lewis Hall will come in as a regular for what's his name, Shaw. But also we have Doku, who can play as a left back and also as a left winger. So we would have to find players, and we also have Harry Amas. Let's not just forget that. But has Harry Amas elevated his play to be someone given the opportunity to play for in the Premier League? I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes in this coming preseason games, how brilliant he will be, how collective he will be in terms of pressure, and also gelling well with the other guys. So that is what is going on with Manchester United with transfers. But Crysencio Summerville is just crazy to go for that 70 million pounds. It's just mad, in my opinion. But well, if it's your first time tuning in, please hit the like and subscribe button. It takes us a long way for us to have the opportunity to film videos like this for you, talking about our beloved club, Manchester United, and the world of football. So also, congratulations to Spain for winning the World Cup. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.